What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Pure Evil MMA. I got a special guest for us tonight. We got a couple interviews to go through today. And our first guest of the night, of course, from the Valor Fights card is Zac Cooper. What's going on today, Zac?
Hey, man, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, we're looking forward to your fight upcoming for Valor Fights 40 against Edward Massey. You know, when they announced Edward to you, what's the first thing that you do when you hear of an opponent at this stage?
Well, I took the fight on late notice. His opponent got hurt last week around Thursday, and I took it on Sunday. I fought on January 20th and had a terrible performance. I just did not show up to work that night, and I wanted to get back in there as soon as possible. I saw this opportunity, and I saw Ed Massey, 3-0, tall guy, striker, for a great promotion in Valor, and I messaged Tim Loy immediately. Took the opportunity.
And I know, you just had your last fight January 20th, and, you're reviewing it right now. That was for NFC at the co-main event. Well, now you're filling in short notice for a main event. Does that add any extra stress to you, or are you prepared for that?
No, I'm prepared. Any fight all I'm focused on is just the fighter in front of me, whether I'm the first fight or the 15th or the main event. So, it doesn't stress me out at all. I think I'll be actually a lot more relaxed considering it's not my backyard. I'm not going to have all my friends and family there and putting all that pressure on me. I'm excited.
What do you know about your opponent? Have you seen him fight before?
I've seen a couple videos of YouTubed him. I just know he's a really tall dude. He's quick, throws some kicks, and looks like he's got decent wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Not too sure, but I know I'm good in all those areas. I think I'm just as fast as him. I can be, and my wrestling and jiu-jitsu is pretty solid. So I'm not worried about really anything. I'm just going to go in there and have fun.
A lot of my listeners on the show, they like hearing what fighters do outside of the cage. And, I did a little creeping on your Facebook page like I'm supposed to do. And I see that you got this crazy obsession with donuts. What's up with that?
Yeah, man, yeah. I am a food and beer fanatic. And
food and beer?
Oh, yeah, it's the worst things to have when you're a fighter, cutting weight. So I put those out of my life for at least a month before fights. And, I had a few after my last fight and a little depression, but my weight stayed low. And, donuts are my thing, man.
Well, listen.
Crazy donuts.
Well, listen, I don't blame you for the whole beer thing. Obviously, when you say, I enjoy beer, it's not, I enjoy getting a 30-pack at my buddy's house and passing out. Usually when people say they enjoy beer, they like the finer beers, like the IPAs and stuff like that. I got a lot of beer drinkers that listen to the show. I drink beer at night when I do, those late-night podcasts and stuff, but I'm not getting ready for a fight, man. So you probably can't drink that much. So when you do, what kind of beer do you like drinking?
I've been a lot on porters lately, but I'm mainly an IPA guy. Tropicalia from Athens, Georgia is my favorite. I've got about 20 different types of beers in my fridge waiting for me to try after this fight, so I'm excited about that. But, yeah, IPAs are my number one.
Yeah, it's actually funny you said that. You're not the first fighter I've interviewed that, it has a pack of beer waiting for them at home after their fight. Little fun fact, guys, Paul Felder actually enjoys drinking some, nice beers after his fights as well. I always crack up about that with him, especially after that big cut he got in his last fight. But, I see that this Sunday you're going to be going to the donut shop. Have you ever been to a donut shop before?
Oh, yeah. We got plenty around here in Atlanta and that area. So I've been to a few, about 4. But I know there's some good spots in Nashville, and my buddy's going to take me to one in Chattanooga, too, on the way back, so that's something to look forward to.
Who are you going to be traveling with? I know that guys like having a couple guys in their corner from their gym. Who are you bringing with you to this fight?
Last fight I had both Rory Adam and Brian Bowles in my corner, but this time they both have prior obligations, or all of them do. So I'm taking Stratus Mackler, who's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, tall guy too. Alex Smith, who's an amateur fighter, and my roommate, and Dudley Spence, who's a pro fighter, 170-pound fighter.
And, man, there's a lot going on in the world of MMA right now. 2016 was a successful year for us. Even Bellator, a lot of the smaller organizations as well. My question to you, really quick, is and people might get mad about me asking this, but everyone's been talking about Mayweather, McGregor. The pay-per-view is going to be coming out, and it will probably be like $100 or whatever when it does come out, if it does. And I'm sure it will at this point, or else we wouldn't be talking about it for 4 months straight. Are you going to be watching it? And number two, are you a fan of McGregor or Mayweather?
I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm a fan of them both. I'm Straight Blast Jim. My coaches are good friends with his coach.
Yeah.
They talk on a regular basis. Huge Conor McGregor fan. In the straight boxing world, that's Mayweather's game. But Mayweather would get absolutely destroyed the same way if he came over to MMA. He'd take one leg kick and probably just fold over.
That's true.
Yeah, I would watch it. It's gonna be fun. It's not like Conor wouldn't stand a chance. He might have a good showing for a few rounds, but 12 rounds in McGregor and Mayweather's ring is a different aspect than MMA. I would like to see them box in small gloves. That's a thought that I've had, because McGregor's power would translate way more than it would with big gloves, but who knows? Should be interesting.
Yeah, we were laughing about this Conor McGregor versus Mayweather thing because you really can't have you really can't have anyone else really be going out talking about the Mayweather fight. At one point, Ronda Rousey wanted to fight him. But the real thing is, I would love to see somebody like Anderson Silva in a boxing match, Somebody that, but you know what? Conor, didn't he start as a boxer, like before MMA, I'm pretty sure?
Yeah, he did. I believe he was boxing for a couple of years and then moved on over to MMA.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize that. And, of course, is Jim over there at Straight Blast Jim. I would trust them to put full attention onto Conor, man. So what is it like, being a part of, SBG, man?
It's amazing. I truly think it's the best organization in the world. Just our approach and philosophies on fighting, I think it's second to none. The way we train, too, we're safe, competitive, but we keep it at a great pace for fighters, for anyone who wants to, there's classes for people who get in shape, but yeah, it's just an amazing team, amazing coaches. I'm fortunate enough to be a part of it. We got a few gyms here in Georgia. I've been to one in Birmingham. I'm hoping to go to the one in Boise later on, and maybe Ireland. So, yeah, there's gyms all around the world. Great coaches everywhere. Phenomenal black belts. Great approach and philosophy to everything.
So we got a lot of younger listeners out there, a lot of amateur fighters that listen to the show and whatnot. And I'm sure they're listening right now going, wow, he trains for Street Blast Gym. He's a fighter for Valor Fights. How did you get into this? Starting with your amateur career, moving upwards, how did you get your foot in the door for MMA and then eventually SBG and now your main event, co-main event? I mean, how did you get to this spot?
Oh, man. I was a scrawny little sophomore, and I started wrestling to try to, build up some confidence. And I loved it. And then I won a free membership to a jiu-jitsu school. Started doing that in the summers, then wrestled, then that, and then went off to college, enjoyed the MMA club. And I got my ass beat every day. I started under a guy named Kobe Wall. I'm sure everyone's heard about him in the Southeast. And they just put me in the ringer. And I got beat up every day, but I loved it. And I got mad that I was getting beaten up. And I wanted to come back and learn more and get better and better. Next thing you know, I'm in the cage, and I'm like, oh, crap, why am I doing this? And now I'm still here, and I'm doing it, 8-9 years later. So, yeah, started off all with me wrestling and winning a free membership to a gym.
Lord Murphy actually told me, she was like, at her gym, they do a thing called the Shark Tank where, and I'm sure you're probably kind of familiar with that, maybe if it's called something different, but when you're getting ready for a fight, they just every round or every 2 or 3 minutes they'll send someone fresh in there, just pounce on you to really keep you on your tippy toes, man. So that's part of the sport. When you first get into anything, you're not going to be that good at it. And like you said, you're getting frustrated, man. What helped you get through that? What advice were people giving you? Because it's part of sports. You're going to lose in fighting. It's one side or the other. So, how did you truck through that?
Just keep showing up. It doesn't take any talent to show up and work hard. Zero talent at all. That's all you have to do. It was a little old school approach that they had back when I started, just kind of sparring 2-3 times a week, going hard with seasoned guys. But nowadays, just keep showing up to the beginner classes. You'll move on to the intermediate. then you'll start sparring and just work hard and show up. That's all it takes.
And what was your first, fight like as an amateur?
Oh man, fought in about the middle of a basketball arena, just bright lights everywhere in the ghetto of Atlanta. Fought a ripped 42-year-old, I think, that was just super strong, about 50 people in the audience. I came out, got taken down, got up, and just kept hitting him with punches and knees, and he was out of it by the time. So it was crazy. It was about a minute, but yeah, in the ghetto of Atlanta, it was interesting.
Well, before we end today's interview, man, this weekend there's some upcoming UFC fights going down. Are you a fan of watching fights?
Yeah, man. I'm always studying fights. I love watching them, just picking up things from people and just viewing them for entertainment.
So who are you leaning towards this weekend? We, of course, have the Korean Zombie, who we haven't seen in 3 years. He was away, doing his business with his country. And then you got, Dennis Bermudez in there going to fight. Who are you leaning towards here?
I got Bermudez. I just think Korean Zombie's been too occupied and out of the game for too long that he's going to get beat the first time, maybe a couple times, but he'll be back. But yeah, he's got a tall order in Dennis Bermudez. That guy's a freaking killer in there. He just comes at you full bore, and he just doesn't stop until you either get the finish or that final bell ring. So, yeah, I got him.
He's a true maniac in the octagon, man. But one of the nicest people you'll ever talk to, though. That's the thing. That's the thing I love about fighters is it's literally two different people for the most case. And when they're making that walkout, that switch goes off. You sound like a nice guy, man. But I've seen a couple of your replays. You're a monster in there, brother. And we're looking forward to your upcoming fight against Edward Massey. What we like to do at this point in the interview is I hand the imaginary microphone over to you. If you got any shout outs, any sponsors, and a blanket statement for your fight. What can people expect when they tune in to flowcombat.com to catch your fight? The floor is all yours, brother.
All right, man. Well, when you tune in to Flow Combat, or if you go there live in Nashville, you can expect fireworks. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to let loose. I know my opponent Ed will too. We're both going to go in there and perform. We're both looking for blood. We're both going to throw everything out that we have in there. As far as sponsors go, man, I'd have to think. But I got to thank my team, Adam Rory Singer, my coaches. I think all my training partners, SPG, More Tree Solution, Barton Tool, Shouty Live app, Feeling Peachy Apparel. What else do I got? The Gatsby in Athens, Georgia. Yeah, everyone else. I don't know. My parents, everyone who supported me. So yeah, I hope I don't forget anyone, but I probably did. So I'm sorry.
It's so funny. Literally every interview I get. And I give you guys this time because I know how much the sponsors mean to you guys and how much help it is, helping to get tickets out there, helping promote you guys. And
oh yeah,
it's so hard to remember everyone because you gotta think about the guy in the sauna helping you cut weight. You gotta everyone. The list goes on and on. Really quick, last thing, where can people find you on social media?
I don't know my names on there, man. Just search up Zac Cooper and I'm sure it'll come up. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. So, yeah, I should probably know my names of that. That's not good that I don't.
No worries, man. I'll be posting them up on the bottom of this interview. That's going to be on YouTube, and I'll be tagging you on Facebook. You guys can find him on Facebook. I saw your name's Zac on Facebook.
Zac Cooper.
Zac Cooper.
Yeah.
Why is it Zac Cooper?
Oh, man, it's a long story.
Next time, right?
Takes too long to get into. Yep, next time.
Well, man, good luck up your upcoming fight, February 11th, going down for Valor Fight 40. Thanks for coming on Pure Evil MMA, Zac.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.